name is Philip Beck, and you rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So, misinformation and propaganda, not good things. And if you're trained to see them, you can't not see them. And I did feel it's my responsibility to use whatever tiny platform I have, even if it's one subscriber, right? And thank God my subscribers just got over 2,900, but they did it again. They did it on Friday as well, and then it went back down again. I reckon I got to get to like 10, 15 before it's safe. But you can't unsee propaganda, which is what we're going to be talking about today. With more BBC propaganda in the Radio Times. Basically, and the goal of it is always to make normies think that we're crazy. Now, they have an advantage in that we are crazy. We're fanatics. Me anyway. I absolutely adore Doctor Who. And I absolutely despise the current Doctor Who, which I feel is just the opposite of Doctor Who, in many ways, shape, and form. Nothing to do with how the lead actor pees, what genitalia they have. It really isn't. It's just, I think it's a shockingly awful performance. But anyway, so they want to make any complaint seem as if it's made by crazy people, because they really want the BBC's approach to Doctor Who to be successful. It's not going to be. Look, bottom line, it's not going to be. The only way to make it successful is make better episodes, and I think we did see that with the recent special, Revolution of the Daleks, which I thought was going to get a very low rating. I thought it was going to get under like 3 million or even under, right? I thought it was going to get one of the lowest ratings ever. It ended up doing quite well. And I think it's fair to say one of the reasons it did quite well is it wasn't bad. I mean, it was bad because they had Jodie Whittaker in it. I think she's awful in the role, but it wasn't bad, right? It wasn't bad. Daleks were fun. The Sex and the City guy was fun. Captain Jack was fun. Basically everything apart from Jodie Whittaker. Yeah, and the writing wasn't great, but they had enough in it that would paper over the cracks that it really that for a normie watching it seemed to work, and that's why I think it did better than I expected anyway, and most people expect. It did significantly better than a lot of the top tier BBC stuff. So listen, this disinformation campaign, it's not going to work. It's not like they're Disney and they can buy up seats for Captain Marvel, which I'm sure they did. Just as an aside, that whole thing, do you remember when Captain Marvel came out and it did very well on its opening weekend, and a lot of people said there was lots of areas of empty seats that were apparently bought by Disney, or bought by, I think, by Disney. Look, Disney gets, I think, what, 2/3 the cover price of the ticket price. So let's say they put $10 million into buying tickets that opening weekend. Let's say they do that. They're almost certainly going to recoup that. They're going to recoup however much of it they get from back from the ticket price. But also, just by creating that positive buzz, they're going to recruit that, recoup that the second week. It's a fair strategy. I think it's strategy works. So putting bullcrap articles in Radio Times, not so much. Anyway, so we're going to be reading this this propaganda from the Radio Times, and we're going to take the piss out of it somewhat, because that's what you do with propaganda, right? Yeah. Harry Potter. One of the great things in Harry Potter was the demons boggarts, which are they represent your biggest fears, your crushing central fears in life, and the way you dispel them is you point your wand, you say ridiculous, and that's basically what you do. You have to say that this insanity, this evil, you got to laugh at it. You got to, and that's the only way to really depower it. Which is why it would say people do not like people taking the piss. But before we start taking the piss, can you like, share, and subscribe? YouTube, for example, are one of the people who don't like me taking the piss. They've demonetized my channel essentially because I took the piss, right? I take the piss a lot. Listen, if you're going to stand up and say there's no way to determine a baby's sex at birth, I'm going to take the piss out of you, which is CNN. CNN actually did that yesterday, right? They said there's no way of being able to determine, well, the video I put out, there's no way of being able to determine a baby's sex at birth. Just look under the waist. That kind of, I think that normally gives it away, right? I think that normally gives it away. I'm no doctor, you decide. Anyway, like, share, subscribe, certainly subscribe. If you still subscribe, please make sure you still subscribe the, yes, okay. I'm trying to stay. I'm trying to get to 2,900 subscribers and stay over 2,900 subscribers. So like, share, subscribe. All these are good things. Go check out my Indiegogo. My Indiegogo is freaking awesome. It's closing out in 10 days. 10 days, and then it'll be gone. You get there are 2 graphic novels. If you buy them, you get a bunch of extras. You can just buy the extras. Wasn't happy about it, but you can just buy the extras for $10, about £7. The extras are for the male gaze cars. We have. Keeping the British End Up. We have, my favourite, No Hanky Panky in the TARDIS. Party Like It's 1999. We have, don't even think it says, we have, I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain. I am sensing strong, yes you are. Yes you are, Councillor Roy. And of course, this one always gets a zoom in because it's so good. The Force is female. Yes, it is. And here's the interesting thing. Both me and Jabba the Hutt have exactly the same expression when looking at the card. I wonder why. When we hit 8 grand, everyone's going to get this A2 poster of a Bohemian Time and Space. You can add it on right now. You get this Capaldi pinup. You can add on pinup poster. There's also A2. And we got another one. A Bohemian, not a Bohemian, Great Balls of Fire. Great Balls of Fire. So yeah, so go check it out. That'll be absolutely fantastic. You know what's not fantastic? Lying. Fibbing's a bad thing. Shouldn't do it, which is what they're doing over here in this article. They're being naughty little fibbers. Doctor Who's Christopher Eccleston reveals the historical figures he would like the Ninth Doctor to meet. This isn't the right one. Yeah, let's go to the right article this time. Where was it? Here we go. So, now we got it. Dr. Christopher Eccleston says Doctor Who needs to explode canon if it wants to survive. Sounds like he's a fan of the Timeless Child reveal. No, it doesn't. It sounds like he has no idea what the Timeless Child is on the reveal, and I think if he had an idea about it, if he was someone who cared about Doctor Who in any way, shape or form, he would say that's all. Well, yeah, listen. You can explode canon in many ways. I'm sure you could take the TV show The Crown and then have the Queen's face fall off and reveal her to be an android, right? I'm sure you can get Samuel Jackson to play Swan Lake. I'm sure you can do a bunch of stuff. You can explode canon in lots of ways. Is it a good idea? No, you got just because it can be a good idea doesn't mean it's automatically a good idea. And if you're hearing a strange sound as you're reading this, or as I read this, that's the sound of Morgan Jeffrey. What? That's I think got his name the wrong way around. Shouldn't his name be Jeffrey Morgan? Morgan Jeffrey, the writer of this article, trying to squeeze a square peg into a round hole. Desperately trying to pretend that the ham-fisted what's the word? It was a ham-fisted buffoonery, I would say, of Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker is in any way, shape or form acceptable good TV. After almost 60 years of TV adventures, plus countless spin-off books, comic strip games and audio plays, trying to make sense of Doctor Who's canon is tricky, and some would say an impossible task. I wouldn't! Speaking of somebody who is very, very, very aware of the 60 years of TV adventures, the spin-off books, comic strips, games, and audio plays, I'm very aware of all of them. I can basically fit them into all one seamless narrative, apart from the last 2 years of Doctor Who, last 2 seasons, I say, which I don't know. Maybe this is a weird regeneration trauma dream. That's basically the way I'm seeing it right now. So should we even bother? Again, you could have Doctor Who played by a lump of dog poo, right? And then next episode have him played by a bucket of lard. Blow it up, baby! Why not? All changes are good. Are they? No. Should we even try? Actor Chris Evans suggests the BBC sci-fi series needs to explode the canon as he reprises the role for the first time in 16 years. I think that it's a mistake to be slavishly addicted to canon, to say everything's going, we can't do that because Polly in 1967 once had a line that would seem to contradict it. Yeah, no, I get it. And I think that's probably what hampered the Russell T Davies years, especially, Colin Baker's time in the role. It was a real, when canon becomes a constrictive thing, writing fails. But the only reason canon becomes constrictive is people have not enough knowledge about Doctor Who or enough talent as a writer. If you're talented and have knowledge about saying nothing is constrictive. Unfortunately, if you're not talented, canon is constrictive. But yeah, for talented people to feel their hands are tied might be a problem, but yeah, it doesn't really happen. So should we even bother? Night Doctor Chris Evans, actor Chris Evans says BBC needs to explode the canon as he reprises the role for the first time in 6 years. Okay, I'm not a slave to canon, Nicholas says via Denner Geek. Well, I should really get in contact with him. He's doing the rounds, promoting and stuff. Maybe I'll get him on. Probably not. Maybe I'll get him on for an interview. I'd love to. While Friday Night Doctor mentions range of audio dramas for Big Finish. I think if the show wants to survive going forward, it needs to explode the canon. And see, this is the thing that's made Doctor Who always survive. Doctor Who has always moved forward and always survived because it's always exploded canon, right? It's always been innovative and going in new directions. I think this current attempt to explode canon is regressive rather than progressive. And it's made for very, very boring TV. I think it was going forward. It needs to explode the canon. The rigid adherence to there can only be this number of incarnations, etc. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. The imagination is limitless. And they kind of did that in the Russell T Davies years. I mean, they said that. Was it one of Sarah Jane Adventure that Matt Smith says he's got like 960 regenerations. Look, where we are right now is we don't know how many regenerations the Doctor's got. It was given that whole bunch of glup of new life when Matt Smith regenerated, which is fine. Yeah, and honestly, they can keep Doctor Who going as long as Doctor Who is going, right? I think something that's much more likely to kill Doctor Who is making bad Doctor Who. Yeah, James Bond, I think can't really do two bad movies in a row. If it goes to two bad movies in a row, I don't think you'll get to a third one. So when there was Die Another Day, which wasn't a great one. It took some time. They had to get it right before they did Casino Royale. They knew it, right? You can't really do two bad ones in a row. That kills something. Right, we're coming up to the third season. Let's see how that goes. Although I have to tell you, maybe they stepped it up. Be optimistic, Svi. Yeah, but be realistic as well. So yeah, nonsense. Well, again, it's nonsense because it's not something that you love and you're connected. You love and are connected to acting. You don't love and unconnected. You like playing the role, but you don't love it. If somebody's saying blow up something that you love, you don't really respond to it quite as well. Right, like something. Acting shouldn't be it should be this way, not that way. Let's blow it up. I think you'll probably be a bit miffed, right? I think you'll probably be a bit miffed at that. On television, Doctor Who recently dropped a bombshell that it's if not quite exploding canon, certainly shook up. No, it did exploded canon. It exploded canon and it replaced it with garbage. That's the thing. It exploded in the same way diarrhea explodes. It just replaced it with like boring garbage. With gave way too much explanation and way too little at the same time. And it was all done. In my opinion, to make the character less white and male, which I think is just a horrible reason to do it. It wasn't for storytelling terms. It was to make the character less white and less male. And the people who love it will say, no, you're just reading into it. No, I'm not. Let's say that is the go-to trope when you take a traditionally male character and you feminize it. The next step after that is always saying that character's power didn't come from a male source, came from a female source. That's why we had the Doctor implied to be before Hartnell, because then the Doctor's power isn't white and male. And I know when you say these things out, it is so stupid. It is so unbelievably baby brain stupid, and that's why they don't like having the piss taken out and having the piss taken out of them. With Sirius Twelve's Timeless Children dealing with the double shocker in revealing the Doctor was not originally from Gallifrey, and there are many incarnations before the William Hartnell's first. Yeah, if you say so. If you say so, I think it's more akin to the Doctor being half human, on his mother's side. Like that we're going to forget. It's, you can blow up canon, but, if you do utter garbage, you tend to just quietly forget about it, brush it under the carpet. As for where the new Big Finish new 9th Doctor adventures take place, that incarnation timeline, producer David Returns confirmed their stories take place, which launches next month in the volume 1 of the Ravagers as pre-Rose. And so they're really slotting in an entire new era, because by the time when you first meet the Doctor in Rose, he's very much suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. He's very heavy with survivor's guilt, and they're going for a much lighter Doctor. Check out my other video where I go through his interview in quite a lot of detail. They were going for a much lighter approach with the Doctor, which is where he was towards the end of the season. So they're inserting in a whole new world. I think they should have just done it in a break in between episodes in later in the season. I think that probably would have been easier, but they're probably going to want to put stuff in anyway. But the point is, before they get to I would love them to do a story that is a direct prequel to Rose, which puts Eccleston's Doctor in the mindset we saw in Rose. If he's going to be light and happy in these adventures, I would like to see him something happen that would really drag him down and depress him, whatever, put him in that really torn up state as when we first saw him in Rose. Because when we first saw him in Rose, he needed Rose. He needed Rose to heal, and Rose needed the Doctor at the same time, which I just loved it. As pre-Rose, these are the adventures set. These are adventures set sometime after his regeneration, traveling alone, starting to discover himself after being the War Doctor. Just ignore it, Excellent said. Set of the personal timeline, which is essentially what they're doing, right? And again, that's fine. It's fine that they're doing that, because it's fine that they do that to make a good story, and then you leave it to us fans to put it together, right? So what we did with Mordred Undead, you made a great story. Mordred Undead, freaking great story. Unit dating got a bit of a problem, but then you left it to us fans, and we came up with our own headcanon to explain it. It's not a problem if you love and know Doctor Who. And he does. We just recorded the episode, for instance, where the Brigadier is saying to I just said this in my last video. Remember when you came to my retirement party and we ended up on Gallifrey, referencing the 5 Doctors, which means the Brigadier is going to be an older Brigadier in this one, which I'm excited about. And he goes, no, I don't remember. An essential quality is in the moment. I don't refer to any of that canon. My Doctor is very much in the moment, which again, I get the acting choice to do that. I think it's probably a good idea. So then they just give an ad for it, saying these coming out next month, and then the future volumes are going to meet the Cybermen, was it, I believe 10th Planet Cybermen, or shall we say Walden and Time Cybermen, which that smaller light on their head makes a big difference. Makes a big difference. And the Brigadier, played by John Colshaw, fantastically. Okay, so that's basically it. So yeah, no. Christopher Eccleston isn't saying I'm a fan of the Timeless Children or Timeless Child. If he had any conception of what it is, he will say it's garbage, because anybody who has any conception of what it is says it's garbage unless they're desperately ideologically driven, which we see quite a few people are. My name is Sheila Benkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.